Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so today we're going to be doing a video on people's reactions to the latest 1000-year Blood War, Ichibei, Senjumaru, and Kiryu. And dear God, it is a big, a lot of people are unhappy, that's how I'll put it. I'll just go out and say, I don't think any of them are bad at all. I think they're all good characters, but every single one of them has a pretty big gripe with a lot of people that I've seen. So for Ichibei, he looks like a better version of Nini. I'm not a biggest fan of Nini. I will say that. I do think he's going to be much better because he does have the 30% recharge, but obviously we'll have to actually test him in game. So we'll have to see. Also, I'll have a should you summon coming out tomorrow in case you're curious if you should summon, but I just want to address a lot of people's complaints with it. There are some people happy with it just because it's Squad Zero, and Squad Zero definitely needed a remake because they were all pretty bad. From what I remember people saying, except for Ichibei. I think he was good in Brave Battles, but he was a Brave Battle character, so yikes, that's stupid. The biggest thing for Senjumaru is the fact that she's blue. If she was red or green, perfect. 10 out of 10, nobody would complain. Literally nobody. And I can see why. Because Tensei Zangetsu is broken and he's a premium character. So what is your incentive on summoning on Senjumaru if you already have Tensei Zangetsu other than hot woman booba we summon? That's basically the only thing I've seen people say about Senjumaru. If it was like Bankai Senjumaru, which in my reaction I literally said it was Bankai, but and then after I'm like, wait, that was not the Bankai. But yeah, if it was Bankai Senjumaru, then maybe a bit different, since it would be, like, you know, the thing from the anime, the cool thing that everybody started hyping up Senjumaru about. Because, like, before that, you didn't really see everybody be like, wow, Senjumaru, wow, so cool. You know what I mean? But, yeah. And then Kiryu, kind of just disappointed they made her a Guild Quest character. Like, she's a good character. She's a really good booster for the Human Week, but unfortunately, they made her ranged, and then gave her a melee SA2. Why do you do these things, K-Lab? That is like my only gripe with her. I don't mind her being a Guild Quest character. It's fine. It's whatever. Because we do need them. We do need a boost character for Human Week. But dear God, why did you make them have a boost SA2 that is melee, but they're a ranged character? I wish they would stop it. It should be illegal. That's my take on it. But yeah, we're going to go through some of the comments. But I'm going to say one thing on how you could fix each character and try to make them a bit better. I kind of basically did, but for Ichibei, basically, what I would say is give him a Frenzy +2, and then instead of Weakened Defense, because Weakened Defense is not even that great nowadays, to be honest, because in Guild Quest it's like, why would you, Weakened Defense is you don't Soul Bomb and burst through an entire wave like the old Yamamoto could. I would honestly just give him either, you know, just the base Frenzy 2, and then instead of Weakened Defense, I would give him increased chance of proccing status on it. That's what it is, because he has weakening, so now that's pretty good. And then instead of Gauge Rampage, which, oh my God, I don't know, I wasn't the biggest fan of it on Nini, but who knows, this guy does have more DPS, so maybe it'll be better. But in my opinion, I think just straight up just give him the Rampage ability. Just give him Rampage. We need a technique character with Rampage, so why not give it to him? He's Ichibei. I think he deserves it. And then instead of Bombardment +1, give him the thing that White has, where it's plus 30% Soul Bomb damage to all technique characters. I know that Chodro got it, but who cares about Chodro? He's a useless farming character that I think sucks in the game. He's whatever. Just those three things, and I think he would have been way better. And maybe, you know, give him complete status immunity, but it is what it is. Either way, he looks cool. Those are my little gripes with him. I like that he has 2 killers, and he's meant for Quincy Week, I believe, the Quincy Range Week, so that's, or Quincy Melee Week, so that's pretty good. But yeah, that's my little thing with it. And then Senjumaru, literally make her red or blue, red or green. That's it. Make her red or green. S tier character, no complaints really. I don't really care for the drop-on links. I would have liked maybe some better skills, like for even more DPS or something, but I know people like to farm droplets. A lot of people are low on droplets. I'm never really that low, so it's just my personal gripe, but that's fine. She's broken. She's broken. She's a broken character. I want her, because I usually Bruno in Guild Quest, and dear Lord, I hated him, I'm not gonna lie. And I feel it, and now it's just creeping up on me that I might not like this character at all because he's a Gauge character. Kind of don't want to play with Gauge characters anymore. but that will have to be seen. Kiryu, honestly, literally just make it not have the shield, so that way she's just a boost and her SA2 actually does damage in the respective guild quest she's supposed to be in. I would have liked to, you know, maybe a increased chance of proccing shadow summons instead of damage to paralyzed enemies. Since she's a booster, she's probably going to be a side character anyways, you know. Just my little thing, but she's a guild quest character, nothing too much to change. Maybe give her 2 killers, that way she could be used in multiple weeks, but you know, that's about it. I don't think a lot of people were hyped for Kiryu anyways, besides the thin version, which, by the way, Aaron made out a good point. Why would you want a Kiryu that is full of spiritual pressure to be the thin version? Because she has no spiritual pressure then. So boom, make the thin version of Kiryu a Brave Battle character. Yes, I know Brave Battle suck, but it would make sense, and I honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to it, because then it would make people summon on a Brave Battle character. Either way, this is 1,000 votes. Look at this, 24% of summoning, a couple steps. Honestly, I'm probably here. I might go 5 steps. I want 1 new character, and I'll be done. And then 40% are saying skip. Unfortunate, but yeah, let's just go through a few here. Let me just zoom in a little bit. There we go. I'm definitely summoning for Ichibe and Mama Senjumaru. They're SS tier, although they're not broken. SS tier, although they are not that broken. Okay. Ichibe is pretty fun to play. Bring him along with Quincy Ichigo and he'll easily spam his strong attacks because his gauge recharge. Very true. I wish it was just regular Rampage. I'd be way more down with that, to be honest. But Mama Senju is slightly better than Tensa due to having complete status immunity. So to put it that way, she dethroned Tensa. That is true, but a lot of people probably already have dupes of her. So if you already have Tensa, you don't need to summon for her. Can't put the Ichigo Toad. I think this was with Hiken. That's what that was. The skills have gotten better over time, but the SA kits are still mid. They should try different stuff out. Well, they try different stuff out, and then people hate it. Like for the Mayuri, his little like circle trap thing, people hated it. But since Unohana got it, they loved it. So I don't know. It's probably because of the debuff on it. I think it was like poison on Mayuri's, but still, you know, if it's not a hot one, then they don't want it. You know what I mean? I like them, but they don't feel any special to me as units. I don't need any, and I kind of wish they would go all in for Senjumaru with the Bankai, although I think technically she's already in Bankai state for these strong attacks. But I wanted the all-in Bankai Soul Bomb. I have a feeling they'll do a second version of Senjumaru just to sell you another character in like a year's time. Because the Bankai was like the second to last episode, which I don't think they had enough time to actually fully animate that all out. If I had to guess, just a guess, I think it'll be coming next year sometime. I'm assuming. End of year definitely would not be as hype as this for me. If you like end of year, that's fine. I think end of year is going to have a better kit value. But in terms of the characters, it's completely up to you. But I think the end of year banner will have better characters overall. This end of month banner is very crushable. I already have Quincy Ichigo, Chojuro 2.5, and Kira 3.5. Kira, who's Kira? I like me some Squad 0, but the skill sets they have isn't... Oh, on the banner. I think. What they have isn't what I'm looking for, so I'll skip. That's fine. I mean, if you skip, I understand. When the best character is from its filler, it's an easy skip. I don't know if it's the best character in the banner, though. Because, like, also, they have completely different killers. Like, Ichibe, they all have, like, different killers. They're all different typings. You know what I mean? So whenever I see who is the best character in the game, it's like, how do you realistically choose? Like, you know, like, over the vast majority of content, I would have to say it would be, like, Unohana or Kogi, just because Rampage is just that insane, and you can build up your damage so much. But there's just so many different factors that go into it, other than just good character in this one mode, so I use him. You know, like Quincy Ichigo. As expected, everyone always saying wait for in a month, it's going to be crazy, and again, kind of the same that we have gotten since the anniversary. They seem like pretty good units, but nothing game changing, and they're also mostly replaceable in terms of their killers, and their banner is once again rather lackluster. Skipping this one, I don't know so far. I think Caleb has done a pretty bad job with the new 1000 bubble banners in terms of timing, power levels, and the overall banner format. This one kind of blew up, to be honest. These characters are great. What are you talking about? They can't get any better than this. Just say you don't have any art for them. It's okay. I mean, to be honest, the only difficult content in the entire game is Guild Quest. So unless you're missing characters for a Guild Quest, you don't have to summon, like, ever. To be honest. Like, if you already clear very hard Guild Quest, you don't have to do anything. I don't seem to be the only one given the results of the poll. They can get better than this because Ichibe, while he's overall a beast, doesn't have the best set of strong attacks, for example. And we have other good units for the same killer. Senjumaru is a very good farmer, but her damage can't compare to characters with more damage boosting skills. In terms of farming, she gets almost the same bonus drops than all the other super farming units. The only other one close is Rangiku and Tensa. in terms of like being able to fast clear and get the max amount of rewards. If you lack such a farming unit, different story of course, Cure is a good booster, but again, her first strong attack does comparatively little damage while being the only one she'll have readily available because the other, oh my god, this is so long, has long cooldowns. It's had good but nothing groundbreaking. You could have it make a similar case for most other Enamons that we've gotten. That was the point. Actually, I have 18k orb save. Jeez. Oh, which tech units? To be honest though, trying to break this all down. There's just so much stuff. People said 8th anniversary Ichigo is terrible. When he first dropped, people called him awful. They called him shit. And in my opinion, I think he's the best power character in the entire game, outside of maybe Guild Quest, because Yamamoto, his nuke and whatnot, he's still great. But honestly, I think Ichigo got even better in the very hard Guild Quest. He's really good. But people called him bad. They called him mid. And bro, he's so good. He's insane. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We'll have to playtest him. I think Ichibei is still great. I think he's top 5. I think he is top 5. I don't know if he's top 1. But we'll have to see. This is kind of true as well. If you like them, pull them. They're all strong. Otherwise, you'll just be playing to get burnt out. Yeah, if you just play out for meta, where's the fun in it? Unless they start dropping like new content where it's like T30 and stuff. It's like, what's the point, you know? They could do T30 soon, by the way. Like maybe next year. Who knows? But yeah, unless you're in a competitive guild quest, you don't need to summon for the best character in the game. Summon for hot characters. Summon for cool characters. That's all you have to do. Like, these characters are going to play really well, except maybe Kirio. I can't lie. Kirio, I'm not too sure about how she'll play. I believe she has, like, the worst strong attack kit out of them, so I don't know. It got me wild. They shitted on Ichibei. He's Nini, bro. Nini is trash, and I'm comparing her to Ichibei. That's so bad. Okay, but the thing is, I'm going to say this right now. For Nini, she is great when she has her gauge active. And she couldn't get her gauge active because her strong attacks came back so slow, and you had to pop like a few. And so now, since he has weakening on his skills, he also has more damage output before he procs his gauge, and now he also has the recharge on top of his gauge. I think he will be better than Nini by a mile. I understand though, because the Frenzy one is incredibly dumb. I don't know why they do it, but you also have to keep in mind there is also Yamamoto with the Frenzy +1. I'm not the biggest fan of him with it, but trying to proc Yamamoto's SP boost, and people still say that he's the best character in the entire game, and he has Frenzy 1, you know? He still has crazy damage, yes, but people still think he's the best character in the entire game with a Frenzy 1. So we'll obviously have to see. Gauge plus weaken and drain. Who are they talking about? You're talking about 1680 Aizen, I believe. Let's not open the case furthermore. I'll remind everyone that it's been a long time since they released Bruno, which is not even a comparison. Bruno without gauge takes Ichibei. You need more explanation about how bad he is. I'm saying here with a lot of pain. We will have to compare. I have a 1 out of 5 Bruno, and dear God, I'm not going to lie, I hate him in Guild Quest. I use him, and I hate him. He feels awful. Interesting isn't good enough. Definitely not good. Bro, he is good. What? Oh my god. Kind of agree with what Nito said, but not this. Just kind of roasted him. We will have to see. I think Ichibi is going to be really good. Not as much hate about Senjumaru. Like, I actually thought, maybe it's on my actual video, but I remember a lot of people just saying that, like, yeah, Senjumaru should be red or green. No one talks about Kirio, by the way. Like, literally no one did. There's like one person. Either way, I think it's going to be a good banner. It's definitely not a must summon, to be honest. Unless you don't have Tensa. Like, if you don't have Tensa, I think summoning for Senjumaru would be an incredibly good option. But I'm going to say this now. End of year, I think, is going to be the best banner of the year. I think it's going to have the best technique farmer in the entire game, or power. We have not had much power farmers this year, I can't lie. I think we've had like 2 or 3 only. Well, technique has had like 5. So it'll probably be one of those 2. So that way they can lead him into the event that we get at the end of year, like we did last year with Kaname. And I farmed like 100,000 mind link slot potions. So keep that in mind. We'll probably get one of the best 2 best DPS in the entire game, and hopefully one of them isn't a Brave Battle character. But either way, let me know down below your guys' comments on it. I'm kind of curious how you guys feel after sitting on it for a day. I'm okay on it. Like, Ichibei is kind of scaring me because of the gauge, and I was just playing with Bruno. Wasn't the biggest fan of it, but we'll have to see. I remember playing with Nini, and without Killer, it wasn't that great. Obviously, I believe she was only 1 out of 5 as well, though, so it's kind of like, you know. Yeah, she has Frenzy +1 Berserker. She only has a... Does she not have Berserker at 50%? So she has a Berserker of 40%. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's literally right here, showing increased strong attack damage. So he is going to be doing more damage than Ichibei. And honestly, I'm here for it. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll still be really good. But we'll just have to wait and see. So anyways, take care. Hope you guys have an absolutely amazing day. And peace out.